best thing you can do as engineers is just build applications that use less electricity. As you know, mobile developers are very, very used to kind of having this challenge. It's not something that those of us who perhaps are used to more server-side development are kind of used to, but it's something we need to start getting used to. And if when you look at the principles of sustainable software engineering on the Microsoft Learn site, you find a whole section there talking about electricity and how kind of building applications that consume less electricity is a really important thing to do as an engineer.
When you're inspired, you have an idea, you're really excited about something. Here's the thing, Jason, if you wait too long, you're probably not going to do anything about it. Yep. You're going to think, that was a stupid idea. If you overthink it, if you go and do a pros and cons table, there's enough cons, you're probably not going to do anything about it. Now, I'm not telling you, audience, to be impulsive. No, I'm not telling you to be like somebody. If you're too impulsive, you will make mistakes you will regret. I'm telling you to be alert to the opportunity, to be aware that, I'm in an inspired state. I better act now or else I won't do it later.
Among the reactions that you can choose from, there's one that looks like an open hand, and that is the raise hand reaction. So if you click on it, your icon will be highlighted in yellow, like that woman's got it on the left over there, and a notification will appear over the participants icon. And this lets everybody know that you have something to say without you having to awkwardly try to guess on where to insert yourself into the conversation. So again, in a meeting where everyone's cameras are off, it can be kind of hard to know when to come off mute and jump in, but the raise hand reaction lets everyone know that the conversation should come to a stop and that a new voice wants to be heard.
First thing I want to talk about is Project Bicep. This is now at version 0.3, and that means that it is ready to use in production. And if you're not familiar, Project Bicep is basically the next generation of ARM templates. So it's Microsoft's infrastructure as code system, and they've basically created a brand new language to be able to write basically ARM templates, and it's now ready to use in production. So there's a great session from Brendan Burns at Ignite and at Microsoft Ignite, and check this out on GitHub if you want to get started with the next generation of ARM templates. Like I said, you can use it in production now.
We did make the settings UI default in Windows Terminal Preview 1.7. So when you click the settings button in the dropdown, it will be default. And we also added two large features to the entire functionality of Terminal. So the first is some new windowing behavior. So I'll show a quick GIF here of what that windowing behavior looks like. So typically when you type WT in Terminal, you'll get a new window that shows up. So this is the default behavior that we had before 1.7, but now we've added new settings to this. So if I go into my settings, you'll see I have the new instance behavior setting. If I click attach to the most recently used window, I can now decide that my new instances of Terminal will launch inside the current window. So WT just now launched a new tab in my terminal rather than creating a new window. And this also works in the start menu. So if you launch Terminal from the start menu, you'll also get it in your new window. So that's just some new functionality for windowing, but it opens the door to a ton of new features that we want to lay on top of this.
So you're saying that I can get a piece of paper, write down my code, take a picture with Code Capture, and it will run my code for me?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. And I imagine this solves a lot of problems for folks who maybe don't have devices. What was your thought process in building this project with your team?
Absolutely. I think that's exactly the point that we were thinking about, because even as kids, when we grew up, I had computer science here at school, but I remember the first time I had a computer science class, we had 3 computers for 45, 50 people. Right. And the ratio is even crazier for a lot more people in developing countries across the world, which is about 85% of the world right now.